Vissla Pro Ericeira. Beautiful sunset here over the western facing shores, looking out to sea at a crisp swell, looking to fill in with a bit more impetus as we get in towards the business end of the event. Loads of great action to come up tomorrow with some increased swelling through the weekend. But before we get to that, loads of great talking points from a really big day today. Joining myself, reporting for post-show duty, Evans, Ben Mundy and Philippe Jervis. Overall impressions from this afternoon's action, guys?
Well, there was a bit of everything, wasn't there? We had some downtime, some of the heats, which just happened to be a little bit slow, and then there was some sudden sets that came through just towards the end. I really like that last heat. There was plenty of excitement. Macy Callahan, Nikki Van Dyke, Alyssa Spencer, so all three big, heavy hitters, but only two could go through.
Philippe, what have we learned from this afternoon?
That everybody leaders is tricky.
We knew that, mate. We knew that.
Very, very tricky. So we saw some really nice scores, saw some really good surfing, but also saw some pretty big upsets.
Yeah, I'll tell you what else as well. The buzz beaters just keep on coming. It's been a real theme throughout this event. I mean, you get it in lots of events, but it just feels like there's been so many of them. We'll see what happens in our top five, but that moment from Hopkins earlier as well, that was one of those real moments when, you know, when the surfer's back on the beach and you see the cameras in their face and you really see that expression. Normally with surfing and being so far out, particularly a wave like this, can't see too much interaction, but a cool moment that was from a day that's had a lot of them. Ben, anything else stand out for you?
Well, that moment too was surprising in that she didn't really know herself. Often you get some type of gauge of where your score's at, but I think she was so lost in the moment. Well, yeah, there was some big numbers. We had some great guests in the booth, I thought. We were really lucky. Tatiana Weston-Webb came in, one of the world's great surfers. Obviously, Daniel Roses just then. We had so many inputs from all these incredible young women.
Luana
so I really enjoyed that. Mahina Mahida. So all these, great young, the future surfers, coming through, and they all came in and gave us their time and their insights. I really enjoyed it.
And Philippe, we've been talking about the forecast and what's going to happen, but we're pretty excited about tomorrow. We'll just revisit that chat in a sec, because for the time being, we'll go down and hear from the winner of the last heat. Macy Callahan is with Joanna Garnell.
Yeah, that's right. What a way to end the day. How are you feeling after that workout? A lot of paddling, a lot of leg work.
Yes, I was definitely not ready for that one. I'm pretty unfit. Europe's a hard one because you're always just eating pastries and all sorts of yummy things. So definitely got the bod working, but yeah, it's nice to end the day like that.
And how about tomorrow? If we go on with the women's starting out, you're going to go against Yolanda Hopkins. Is that something you think about, or do you adjust your strategy knowing who you're going against?
Yeah, Yolanda's like a little pocket rocket. She's amazing, and she obviously spends a lot of time around this area, so I know she'll be quite a good matchup, and I'm excited, and I'm sure she'll give it the very best, and yeah, hopefully we get some waves.
So it's not you're off the pastries.
Nah, I love it. Only when I'm in Europe, but yes, it's been wonderful being here.
Well, we're excited to see you in the round of 16. Congratulations, and back to you guys.
Yeah, all smiles there from Macy Callahan. And once again, think about performance and someone that really is trying to save the best for last. Good effort from her, great sixes, but you feel like she's got loads more quality where that came from.
Yeah, she can even go through some more gears. I think she's, she's one of the elite level surfers. She was really solid. She said herself that she's probably not quite, sort of totally fighting fit. But I'll tell you, once she starts going through the final stage, she's going to go crazy.
Do pastries not exist in other parts of the world? Because a lot of people talk about bread. Do you not have that in Australia? That pastries and bread in Australia?
Not to this high standard.
Why are you getting the blame for all this stuff? They're just really good over
there. Europeans are just very good at pastries, Paul. And obviously you're a big fan. I've seen you put back a few. But yeah, I think those Australians, they just love the culture and the food, and that's a big part of it. So yeah, they all do get very excited about it.
Should we have a look at some top 5 moments of the day?
Yes,
Fancy
please.
that? All right, number 5 moment is a surfer who's got a load of nicknames. She's got a load of surf skills. She ripped last year over here and on the Challenger Series, getting a qualification, and she's looking pretty good from what we've seen of her. Betty Lou Sakura Johnson on a roll.
Yeah, Shreddy Lou, as Mahina Mahida was called it. She was really solid from the get-go. Just... You know what? She never looked like losing this heat. She was straight up and into it. She was waited for the best wave. She got the best waves, and then she ripped them to pieces like that. A couple of high 7s for her scores, and just looked so comfortable. Fresh off a win in the US Open in very different ways, but she's such a well-rounded surfer and so technically strong, mentally really, confident for such a young person. And yeah, look, she has to be considered one of the favourites based on this performance. Shreddy Lou was just shredding the whole time.
Looking really, really strong indeed. Can't wait to see what she brings towards the pointy end of competition. Of course, through to the round of 16 now. But let's check out our moment number 4, and it's Baum with the buzzer beater.
Yeah, I was actually on the beach watching this heat, and it was pretty insane to see all the South Africans just cheering and rooting for her, and everyone was so happy with that one. So a bit of a butter beater. And she actually served really good. The waves were kind of tricky, as I said. It's Ribeiradilhas, but she was really, really happy. Her coach Liwi was really happy as well. She finished up this one really, really strong.
Featuring in the post show prominently. She had a couple of buzzer beaters. She got the EDP wave of the day with an 8 the other day. She's a really good surfer.
I think this is the one that she actually turned the heat off. She was already on the beach, and everyone just clapping, and it was pretty cool to see all the South Africans. Just the wave didn't allow her to go that big, but she didn't even need a big score. So very well served. She never gave up. So very, very, very important win by South
Africa. The South Africans got probably the biggest squad, I would say, in terms of numbers. Really impressive. All the Saffers over here backing each other. And yeah, what a well-deserved win.
Our third moment is the heat you just watched, and a really exciting one it was too. The sun was dipping, things were looking really pleasant if you're a spectator, but if you were out in the water, it was anything but relaxed.
No, it was pretty high octane, really. Macy, she was off to a really strong start. She sort of bagged a pair of 6s early and sort of never really looked like relinquishing control. But all the other servers had high score each. It all came down to that backup. And, just as we said, they're all in the top 10 almost. So all really, really battling for a big result. But Nikki Van Dijk just did enough. She was pretty spicy. Short and sharp, light on the feet. And yeah, Van Dijk right on the bubble there. She's the one that's got to get a couple more heats, and she'll be probably moving up to that all-important top 5. So stacked heat, good performance, good waves, good light, and yeah, very impressive surfing from the last 4 surfers of the day.
Yeah, strong showing from the 2 Aussies, wasn't it? And you talked about surfers that have been on the championship tour before and just able to draw on surfing competing against the very best in the world. Sometimes you need to kind of draw on that and just find a little extra gear, and that's exactly what the Aussie pairing was able to do.
Yeah, they've got so much experience, and when you couple that with their obvious talent, it becomes a pretty hard package to get past both of them at the same time. And we saw Havana Cabrera. Well, she did a really good, took ages to get into the act, and this was a wave she got probably about 8 minutes to go. Unfortunately, she just ran out of time, but she did show exactly the type of surfing she's capable of, and she looks really one to watch for the future for sure.
Our moment number 2, the super heat. Luana Silva, Teresa Bonvalo, Chelsea Twatch, Mafalda Lopez. This was an absolute barn burner.
Yeah, it was pretty sad with my father, because she actually had a bit of a shocker, but Teresa's just showing why she's one of the favorites to win this event. She's at home, she's feeling comfortable, the boards are looking good. She had some really nice turns like that one, but Luana gave her a little bit of a battle.
Yeah, Teresa had a bit of a knee injury. She's sort of surfing through the pain because it's such an important event for her. Silva was under the pump for a while, but she just came back so strong.
That was so good.
A couple of high 7s. Again, just, she's a defending champion. She's a CT surfer. She's got her eyes on the prize. So, yeah, I'd be very surprised if you don't see her at the very back end of this event.
Yeah, Teresa, she's really, really good on this wave. She reads the wave really well. She always stays close to the pocket, which allows her to go as big as possible, as you see here, just hitting that lip really, really hard. She always looks to the land like, I got it, and this Luana just absolutely destroyed that section. And Luana feels like if she has a bit of a connection with this wave. She won last year, and she just reads it so well and knows how to and when to explode on those turns, because that's what the judges love to see. It's water coming out, speed, power and flow.
Yeah, and as that swells predicted to increase, she'll be even more dangerous. She loves the juice gruff in Sunset. So, yeah, she's looking very, very dangerous.
All right, our #1 moment is this woman here, Caity Simmers, putting up big combinations of scores again and absolutely finding the rhythm.
Yeah, real standout today again, Caity. You know what? She's got so much X factor. She's got so much variety. Even on this wave here, you can see all the turns. Even the flat, she just maintains. She's really still, but she just somehow managed to generate so much speed. Because the technique's so good, you don't really know what's going to come. She might pop out the fins, or she'll flare off, or she'll do a reverse or an aerial. You just never know what's coming, and because she's got so much variety in style and speed, she's just proving unstoppable. Won 2 events this year. She's way at the top of the ratings. I think we're looking at someone that could potentially sort of change the direction of the sport down the line if she keeps on this trajectory. This is my favourite turn of the whole day, if not the whole event. A big roundhouse cutback, a different manoeuvre to finish off. That's a bit unorthodox. It's just thinking outside the box. Even though it's a classic timeless manoeuvre, it was done in a really interesting part of the wave, and she looked absolutely amazing.
Yeah, she does have that feel of free surf and a heat kind of flow as well. You mentioned the X factor, but she just looks like she's not really necessarily competing against the other surfers in the water. She's kind of surfing against herself in terms of her own ability and where she wants to go. And I tell you what I won't do is apologise for showing you another wave of her. It's the EDP wave of the day. Guess what? It's Caity Simmers who smashed out a 7.83. Let's have another look at this. She's highlights reel every single day. Caity Simmers is EDP wave of the day, guys.
Yeah, well, I saw it live. I saw about 3 replays. I saw it again. I'm watching it again now, and I can't get enough of it. She just managed to get that wave that had that little bit of foam on it, which meant it ran down the reef, and then she just started going to town. So much variety, so much sort of style, and she's, hasn't been surfed much at this wave. We've all talked about how difficult it is to get a read on it. I just don't think she's finding that a problem at all. She's getting the best waves. She's doing so many great turns.
That was so good.
For a 16-year-old to be that sort of just cool under pressure and just really lighting it up, she's been a revelation for me.
Yeah, and also surfing a wave where she's been surfing around some of the other quality waves in this area. Obviously, it's been an event on here, so she hasn't got loads of experience at this wave. She looks very comfortable indeed, and she's been absolutely entertaining. Of course, aside from all the entertainment factor, we're really here about the Challenger Series rankings, and there's been loads going on with that. We've got updated live rankings, so this is as of where we are at the end of the round that we've just basically since that last heat. Let's take a look at these. You see Molly Picklum, actually, just the way she can throw away a result with what she's got here, top 5 results counting. She's actually #1, Molly.
Yeah, she's sort of raised up by virtue of having replacing a lower result than Caity. Caity's got pretty consistent results. She has to get quite a good result here in Portugal to improve her tally. So she's doing well. Betty Lou, we talked about. Macy, we talked about. And Nikki just up into that all-important top 5. But you know what? It's that sort of interesting pick just by the cart. Safety's gone down. Teresa's still in the mix. Bronte McCauley's out.
Shreddy jumping over Macy Callahan there. Yeah, and Bronte McCauley, that'll be disappointment for her. She's out of competition here. And the surfers above her still going in this event, so this is going to hurt her qualification campaign.
Yeah, there's a lot of surfers still in that. Look at Luana Silva in 10th. Baheen, she won today. Sawyer Linkblade's still in it, so they'll need almost a win to potentially go up to the top 5. But they're all in the mix. All the best surfers are here, so it's getting really, really exciting.
And surfers jumping up massive places. Yolanda Hopkins there, #20. You can see she's jumped from the 30s basically in the last 2 seconds of her heat, smashing out that 5. And she could be on a roll here as well. She's got a tough heat against Macy Callahan tomorrow, but talk about surfers with experience taking on this wave. Hopkins, she could be deadly.
Absolutely, and you know what? That can say one wave, 1 second of your life, and things can change dramatically in surfing.
Tomorrow morning, how are we feeling, guys?
Very good.
Maybe a 7:30 call for an 8 start. You like that?
I like that because the tide will be on spot on, and the swell will pick up. So I think it's the right call.
I'll text Travi, let him know that's what we're doing. Ben, waves tomorrow morning. We're going to have some.
Yes, yeah, I think we could probably see waves. I mean, he's our man for the local knowledge, but yeah, I reckon twice the size of today. The tides are pretty good. The winds are fine. We're on, yeah. I mean, I think we're going to see some the best day of the waiting period potentially, and we've got the best surfers left in the event.
We are poised. in a really nice position to finish us off with some quality surf. Loads of great storylines and drama unfolding as well on the Challenger Series. Thanks for tuning in. WorldSurfLeague.com. We'll see you back here tomorrow morning, 7:30 call, 8:30 start. We're going to send you out with some highlights from today. We'll see you tomorrow.
This copyrighted event broadcast is produced by the World Surf League for broadcast around the world and may not be retransmitted, reproduced, rebroadcast, or otherwise distributed or used in any form without the written consent of the World Surf League.